Um, this is a weird principle. This is a principle I came up with many years ago and was first in Sankey Panky. It's the wipe principle. Now let's look at the principle first and I'll show you one of the applications I use it for, but there's a million different things you can do. The idea is that though magicians handle Sharpies all the time and mark coins all the time, lay people, of course, never mark coins. So they're not familiar with that process or even just how indelible a marker is on a coin. So what I do is by way of the key to this is to sell it as an aside, okay? What I want it to look like is this. I want them to put their initial on a coin and then pick up a piece of tissue paper and wipe. While they put their initial on it, I want it to look like I just wipe their initial off momentarily and say it won't stay on, it's not permanent. It's only permanent if, and I ask them to mark it again. They mark it again, I say it's only permanent if we let it dry. So it's a real 1-2 beat thing. However, let's look at it. Because if I put a little, sometimes I'll bother to wipe it off, but for now, for explanation's sake, if I put a little ink on the piece of tissue paper, and I have a second coin, now what I can do is this. I can ask them to mark a coin. Let's say they put their initial on it, a big H, okay? I ask them to mark their coin. And I take the tissue paper with the coin concealed out of my pocket. If I do this, if I say notice, if we just rub it, the initial doesn't really stay on. And what I've just done, of course, is a switch. This is behind the tissue paper. I'm essentially doing the French drop, where I let this fall behind, their marked coin fall away, as I rub and come away. So this is the wipe principle. And then what you could do is to immediately extend now, say, but if I wipe it, it comes right off. But if you mark it again, they then put their initial on what they think is the same quarter again, and you say, now if we blow on it, like that, and let it dry, now there's no way it's coming off, go ahead, so rub it. It's a way to get two marked coins, in a sense, two of the perfectly unique thing. And if you do it on the offbeat, I mean, whether you do coin and ball of yarn or coin and passing the sphincter of a passing greyhound dog, whatever you happen to do, I've often done it coin and nervous midget, because midgets generally are nervous, but if you say I'm going to make a coin appear in your spleen, they get very nervous. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this, but let me show you one application, very simple, where they actually, I'm using the wipe principle, but in a different way. I have them put their initial on the coin. I say, notice, I can wipe it off if I want. I say, but here's the weird thing. Examine both objects. They examine both objects. I take the coin back, do the flying shuttle, which turns over the coin so they don't even notice their initials on the other side. Go to my pocket for a book of matches, leave the other coin, come forward, and simply rub. This is, of course, a piece of flash paper. Simply wrap the coin in the flash paper. Have someone hold on to that. While they're holding on to that, I just take the lighter, light the match, like that. And I say, watch, you signed it. I say, watch carefully. I just light it here. Turn it back over, and their initial is back on the quarter.